enjoying your weekend so far. It's been a few days since I've posted a full-length video. I've been posting lots of shorts, so head over to the short section if you want to check those out. It's kind of funny because last night on Twitter and on YouTube I posted, it's been a little, quiet lately. There hasn't been a lot of stuff to talk about as far as, news or announcements or, just like hot topics. Then this drops today. Well, I guess you could say a drop. Sort of is, because it's Zack Snyder. So definitely got a hot topic to talk about today. And that is Zack Snyder tweeted and also shared on Vero some support for Blue Beetle. He said on Twitter, Twitter first, I believe, "Looking forward to taking my kids to see Blue Beetle. Hashtag representation matters. Hashtag Blue Beetle." And he also edited the tweet to share this really cool image of Blue Beetle. I honestly don't know where this image came from. Looks awesome. And of course, this set people off because, Zack has not been really involved with DC for a long time, as we know. He was executive producer credited, obviously, for The Flash, but he hasn't been involved in a long time. The last thing that he really did for DC was obviously, complete Zack Snyder's Justice League and get that released. I mean, obviously he has shown support, he showed support for The Flash at the To Doom event. He mentioned that he wanted, he was looking forward to watching it. That's a little bit different because he still, had a little bit more of an attachment to that project because he cast Ezra Miller as the Flash, he cast Ben Affleck, he cast Gal Gadot. Blue Beetle doesn't have any connection to previous DC movies. Kind of a, its own standalone thing introducing Blue Beetle. And then Zack also shared on Vero a few moments afterward, I believe. And then on Vero, he also shared the same image with a very similar caption: "Excited to take my kids to Blue Beetle. Hashtag representation matters." When he first shared this on Twitter, I think a lot of people were speculative, and they weren't like, is this really Zack? He's just out of nowhere kind of sharing appreciation or sharing excitement and support for a Blue Beetle, for a DC movie that he has nothing to do with and he has no connection to. And I mean, it does come out in a couple of weeks, and some people are saying there hasn't been much push from WBD. Yeah, I know that there's some, it's on display right now in Times Square, and some people are sharing things that they see as far as, posters and digital posters and, billboards, things like that. But there's not a whole lot of push from the studio right now, sharing things on social media. With The Flash, it was nonstop. They were pushing that movie. This has been more quiet in that aspect, and I know there's a strike going on right now, but that's, actors and writers can't promote it right now. The studio can promote it. There's people saying Zack is, getting more attention for Blue Beetle than the studio, things of that nature. Then there's people that are like, did Zack Snyder get hacked? Is this really him tweeting this and sharing this on social media? Which, I mean, I guess you could say it's unexpected, but I don't think he got hacked. In my opinion, if someone were to hack Zack Snyder's social media, they would post something to make him look bad. Something that would be negative or you know what I mean? I don't think they would post something, because this just continues to prove the class act that he is. He's showing support for a movie from a studio that has treated him like crap for over a decade. Yes, him and Deborah Snyder have expressed having a good, positive relationship and interaction with Pamela Abdy and Michael DeLuca. And so I'm glad that they have had that positive experience, especially when they were putting together the Full Circle event. They have expressed a lot about that. So that's a good thing. But overall, his experience with WB and DC was not pleasant. They didn't reciprocate their respect, and he's still showing support. And, this is a movie from the previous regime, obviously. So this doesn't show, I mean, why would you hack his account to show that he's supportive of a DC movie? That doesn't make any sense to me, I feel like they would post, if he was hacked, it would be something to make him look bad or to paint him in a negative light, not the opposite. I mean, I understand it seems kind of random to a lot of people, but it's not a bad thing. It's not negative. I'm sure he felt bad about what happened with the Flash movie as far as, doing very poorly in the box office. And so I'm sure like he doesn't want them to do bad. Like he's always going to be supportive of these characters, whether he had anything to do with their movies or not. Like he likes that world. And so he's going to be supportive. He's going to be supportive of other directors, creators. Like, I don't understand. It's not a bad thing that he's showing support for this movie. He said it continues to show that despite how he was treated by the studio for all those years and by certain executives, he still is supportive of these movies and these, filmmakers, the actors, all of that, because I'm sure he wants them to have a better experience than he did. And I don't think he wants them to go downhill just because of what happened with him. He has shown support for other DC movies before. Just because he didn't have anything to do with this one doesn't mean he's not supportive of it, doesn't mean he doesn't want to watch it, doesn't mean he's not interested in it. He's still going to be interested to see what they do, even though he is doing his own thing at Netflix now. Speaking of that, Angel Manuel Soto, the director of Blue Beetle, he retweeted Zack's tweet, said, "The GOAT himself has spoken. Gracias, maestro." And then the rest is in Spanish. Translates to, "We have an appointment on August 18th. You and your family are going to have fun. Here for you." So I'm sure he really appreciated the support as well. And he's also, in turn, complimenting Zack too. Like I said, I don't know where this awesome image came from, but it looks great. So, I hope that people enjoy it. I know it's a movie from the previous regime, but as far as the movie itself, I hope it's an enjoyable movie. I do think it will be entertaining. I hope Zack enjoys it too, and I hope him and his family enjoy it. It's awesome of them to show support. So I definitely want to go ahead and share that. I know it's causing a whole lot of discussion right now, and it's going to continue to do so. I don't think he got hacked. You know what? When Zack posts anything, it tends to have a big discussion, and it tends to garner a lot of attention. So I don't think this is doing anything different than that. Even I guess even maybe a little bit more so because it's not his own project, but still, it's getting the attention that it usually does when Zack posts something. So hopefully it gets a lot of support, for the movie, because right now it doesn't look like it has much of an audience. Maybe it'll get a little bit of support for the movie. But thank you guys for watching. Check out the links in the description. You can also check out the short section of the channel as well if you're interested. And shout out to any new subscribers. See you guys next time.